Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Devi Datta Das, Assistant Professor, BVRIT Hyderabad College of Engineering for Women. So today we are going to discuss about CVs and cover letters. Now you know that CVs and cover letters are a very important part of any job life, right? So let us see what is a CV. And you know that CVs are synonymously known as resumes as well. So in the book Oxford Guide to Effective Writing and Speaking, edited by John Seeley, he has given the definition that a CV or a curriculum vitae is a selling document, a prospectus in which the applicant's virtues are set out together with the supporting details. This is a definition that in one of the books John Seeley gives. Now, it's a often curriculum vitae or CV is pronounced as vitae, but the correct pronunciation is vitae. So it's a kind of prospectus, a brochure, the brochure that you get when you first join a college. Your college must have given you a brochure. So that brochure is the CV of the college. In the same way, your CV is your brochure, your prospectus, where many details about you are listed out there. And it's a kind of document where you showcase your talents, where you showcase your academic qualifications, and basing on those things, the particular companies or the particular organizations that you're applying for, they are going to hire you. Now, these are the basic elements of a CV that are there. You can see it over here. Experience, education, skills, and interest are written over there. Now, this particular word, curriculum vitae, means the course of life. So, in some other, in a way, your CV explains your course of life to the particular organizations. Now, often, as I said at the beginning, CVs are also synonymously said called as resume. Some people call it resume, but that the actual pronunciation is resume. And also sometimes loosely we call it as biodata. But CVs and resumes have a thin line of difference between them. Now, these are the differences that you can see. There is a difference in purpose, where the purpose is almost the same, but CV is a lengthier version of the resume. The resume is a shorter version where your skills and experience are jotted out there. Okay, not much of the academic qualifications are written out, whereas in a very detailed way, your academic qualifications and academic achievements, professional achievements are fleshed out in a CV. Resumes are typically restricted to 1 or 3 pages, but CVs can go to very long pages. I've seen CVs as having as many pages as almost 10 to 12. Now, CVs can be divided into two types. There are two ways in which you can write your CVs or construct your CVs. One is the chronological CV, the other is the functional CV. Now, the word first we'll discuss what is a chronological CV. Now, chronology, the word means, writing down the incidents or mentioning the incidents according to the time of occurrence. So your CV can be written down according to the proper sequence of events that has occurred according to the time, or it can be written in a reverse order. For example, sometimes we write the in the chronological CV, everything is written according to the dates. From this date to this date, I was there in this particular company. From this date to this date, I changed the company and then I went into another company. In the same way, your academic qualifications are jotted down. Now, you can jot down your academic qualifications in the chronological CV starting from your 10th to your highest or recent qualification, suppose to MTech or BTech, or else you can reverse it. Like you can start it with your BTech or MTech, whichever is your recent qualification. Then you can reverse order go down to your 10th. Okay. Now, this has an advantage also. This chronological CV showcases or highlights the well known companies and the stretch of time you have worked in those companies. But there is also a disadvantage. There are many people with whom there are some gaps. Some professional gaps might be there, some academic gaps might be there. So those gaps come to the fore in these chronological CVs. People can see the gaps over there. Okay, so it is generally believed that better that people go for the functional CVs, right? We will discuss what is a functional CV. Before that, let us have a glance at how can a chronological CV be constructed. And this is an example of how a chronological CV can be written. You can see over there that the name of the person is written over there, then experience with the dates, job title, from which date to which date you have done the job, and education to which year you have passed. Your skills and activities are jotted down or mentioned over here. So let's now move on to the functional CV. Now, functional CV are based on are based on your skills. Okay, they focus more on the expertise, on the experience, on the knowledge. They do not much go by the time limit. They go by your experience or your acumen or your skills that you have gathered in all these years. Now, a functional CV draws attention to and places emphasis on your career achievements. Already told you this. Now, there is again a flip side to a functional CV as well. Now, if you do not have a lot of work experience, if you do not have experience, again, your functional CV will be limited because it completely focuses on and completely depends on how much of skills you have acquired, how much of experience you have acquired over the period of time. Now, this is again an example of functional CV where it differs from chronological CV. As you can see, the years are not mentioned, just the core qualifications, the experience, the employment history, the education, these things are mentioned over here. Now, what we are going to do is we are not going to going deep into the either chronological or functional, but we are going to prepare a CV which is a middle path of both chronological and functional CV, where your name, address, academic qualification, trainings, your computer proficiency, your achievements, and personal details are mentioned out here. You can find that in your page number 49 of your book, English for Engineers. Now, this is a cover letter. Now, what is a cover letter? A cover letter is a letter which accompanies a CV. Now, they both are a package in themselves. You cannot just send out a CV like that. Your CV should always have a cover letter. A cover letter is kind of a preamble. It's a kind of an introduction which channelizes the person from the cover letter to the CV. It kind of encourages the person to read your CV. So only the main highlighting points should be there in the cover letter. It's nothing but a normal letter, the normal formal letter that you write, where I told you that in other video that we write it in block format, and it should be flush to the left. It should have a salutation. It should have a beginning. It should have a conclusion. Okay, there should be the body should be there, the body should be properly written. So these are some of the cover letter mechanics where you should keep in mind that a cover letter should be short. Okay, you should always use different cover letters for different jobs. Find out the name of the person who will read the cover letter, and try to write something like, I have attached a copy of my CV. I look forward to hearing from you about the job. So this is kind of encouragement to the person, to read your CV. You are encouraging the person to read your CV. So it's a kind of invitation to read your CV. You can say that cover letters are an invitation to please come and read my CV. And some of the main details are written out there. Some of the main details of your CV are highlighted there in the cover letter. Now, why you are particularly interested for this job. Why do you want to do this job? What particular thing in this company attracted you to do a job? And what particular details you have in the CV that's best suited for this job? These things are all mentioned out there in the cover letter. This is an example of cover letter, as you can see. Thank you so much.